All right, so welcome to the vlog. I hope you enjoyed the first episode. This is going to be our second episode, and I am pumped about our tour for today. We're going up north, and we're going to sightsee the ancient city of Bet-Shan, and we're going to go up to the mountain of Gilboa. We're going to see the biblical scenarios that played out there in the valley of Jezreel. Many of you probably already know just by me saying that what stories I'm thinking of, or what you might be thinking of. So we're gonna see that. Then we're gonna work our way on to the iconic archaeological site, Tel Megiddo archaeological dig that dates back to the civilization that they believe to minus 5,500 years. That's right. So anyhow, ancient history meets with biblical history, meets with modern history. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode, guys. And here, let's go on the journey. All right, good morning, everybody. We are here at the ruins here of Bet-Shan, the ancient Bet-Shan here. One of the oldest findings here in the land of Israel. Some very cool stuff that we're going to see this morning. So we're going to start here in a minute. We see everybody here getting ready, getting all geared up for our morning tour of the site. And we had a nice hour-plus drive from Jerusalem, and really looking forward to this guiding this morning and seeing this site and getting to see all the inside information that we'll be checking out just in the next few minutes here. So here we go, guys. The journey begins. All right, good morning. We are here at the dig site, the archaeological dig of Tel Bet-Shan. We're in the ancient city of Bet-Shan. It's an incredible find here in the heart of Israel from the Hellenistic period, the Roman period, all the way through the Muslim period in year 700, and a little past year 700. And so this is just an incredible find here in the heart of Israel. It's actually one of the most well-kept archaeological sites in the country that date back to the 1st century, date back to in fact, the site itself, if you also include what's behind me here up on the tel, this is why they call it Tel Shiloh, because there's a tel behind me here, that goes all the way back to year minus 1,500. So we're talking about one of the most ancient cities here in the country in the land of Israel, and is also found and mentioned in the Bible. It's mentioned in the Bible with the giving of the land to the tribes of Israel, but this community actually was not fully inhabited by the Israelites until roughly the Hasmonean period, when they actually conquered it fully. Because the Canaanites, this was actually a Canaanite city that was well established and sat up on the tel up over here, and then later on during the Roman period is when you end up with all what's down here below me that basically developed later on, because the Romans basically brought in new technology, new building, new infrastructure, new ideas. They brought in amphitheaters, they brought in all kinds of entertainment, water, bathhouses, restrooms, from the modern restrooms that we're so accustomed to today. But the Romans were the ones that basically developed these ideas that we take for granted today. And that's all found here at this tel. It's an incredible tel. There's beautiful pieces of archaeology, of ancient history, just riddled throughout this whole place here. And it's just one of the most beautiful sites in the country, and definitely worth visiting. This is about an hour and 10 minutes, let's say, from Jerusalem. If you go down the Jordan Valley Road, take Highway 90, the longest highway in Israel from north to south, and you follow it up north from Jerusalem, and you will get to Bet Shan. It's one of the first actual towns that you reach when you drive up north towards the northern part of Israel, the Upper Galilee, and this is actually part of the Lower Galilee region. And just a beautiful place, wonderful archaeology, like I said, lots of wonderful history, and just one of the most amazing sites here in the country, and definitely worth viewing and seeing. So just behind me here is the Roman bath that they had. This amazing technology where basically they would heat up the water from using fire and channeling the heat underground that would actually heat up the floor that basically had the water in it. And so this is just an incredible feat of technology from back then, and to show you how advanced they were, and in basically bathing, treating themselves to all of the same things that you have today, massages, the whole deal. All right, our next stop is here at Mount Saul overlook. It's a beautiful overlook from the Gilboa Mountains, the Gilboa mountain range. It's a mountain range up here in the north behind me. Beautiful, beautiful place with a ton of history. Guys. You have the story of Gideon, the story of Saul and his battle, Sisera and Dvorah and Barak and all of those that you find in the Bible. The many stories that you find all converge here behind me in this beautiful valley that you see behind me. And just an awesome place with a ton of biblical history. If that's what you're into, if that's what you're looking for when traveling here in the land of Israel, and like I said, if you're coming with me, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the biblical land of Israel. That's what you see here behind me, in just another beautiful place with a wonderful overlook of the whole valley up here. Just gorgeous. Whew. Gotta run to the bus, guys. Gotta run to the bus. All right, we are wrapping up our trip with our final location, heading towards Tel Megiddo. And as you can see, the rain started to come down pretty good during our lunch break. That was of course exciting, and yeah, the new winter rains, winter rains coming down on us as we are trying to learn about the Tel Megiddo, one of the most ancient archaeological sites in the country. Probably besides Jericho, this is going to be one of your oldest historical sites. And let's dive in. All right, so today our final spot is here at the Megiddo archaeological dig, Tel Megiddo. It's a beautiful, beautiful archaeological site with a number of archaeological history, layers of history, a ton. Like I think it's over 20 or something insane. It's a huge amount of history that's just piled along this archaeological dig, one of the most controversial archaeological digs as well, by the way, especially since the University of Tel Aviv, some of the archaeologists from there came and are trying to reinterpret or re-understand the site separate or outside of technically biblical record, and trying to look at it from other perspectives. In any case, this place being during the time of King David or King Solomon, how big was the kingdom of King David and King Solomon? Did their kingdoms reach out far north all the way to here? It's a question, but we do have archaeological findings here that are to that time period, and we do know that the Megiddo village here was not just a village, but it was a mansion, or it was a stronghold. It was a strategic stronghold, and you can see behind me the highway. You can see behind me the highway and the valley here, and you can see how this is a strategic point from anyone who's trying to come from the sea route, anyone trying to come from Jerusalem area, anyone trying to come up from north. This is like a meeting point, a major nerve of transportation or of roadways that meet up in this area, and that's why it's such a strategic place, and most likely why they built this village, this town, this stronghold, really. So it's a very massive monumental structure here, a lot of very high-end quality of build, very just a really high-end. The Tel Megiddo here is definitely one of the most important highlights for any of those coming from abroad, especially evangelicals. They see this as a very important biblical site, a lot of historical relevance there. Many of you know about Armageddon, just in the behind me there, the Valley of Megiddo. So it has a huge significance to many evangelicals, and for us who care about history and archaeology, this holds a huge significance because it speaks a lot of the building styles, the architecture from different time periods, all in one dig, in one place, in one tel. So very, very key monumental place here in the land of Israel. The name Armageddon actually comes from the words Hill of Megiddo, from the Hebrew Hal Megiddo. And here is where we're going to finish our tour. We're now headed back to Jerusalem. It was a long day in the Jordan Valley, leading up to the mountains of Gilboa, our first site in Bet Shan, and then now finishing here in the Tel Megiddo. It's been a long day, and I hope you guys are enjoying this vlog. If you enjoy this vlog, please hit subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notified when the next video is going to be uploaded. My goal is to get these videos up every week because we tour every week another location in the land of Israel, and we'll be doing this for a whole year. And if you want to be posted, if you want to be the first to know, make sure to hit subscribe, like, and of course share.